Whoa, that's really close up. Okay. Hello. I don't know why I feel the need to record a video at 12:30 at night, but I do. So, this is totally out of character for me, by the way. Anyways, I was just gonna tell you a little story about, I don't know if someone's feeling helpless or what is going on, but I just feel this need. So, I'm gonna tell you a little story of something that happened to me one time that I was feeling hopeless. So, I gotta give you a little background story. So, in June 2015, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, and that sucker was aggressive, and it was a very long road to go down. If anyone's been through it, they know. And I'm very fortunate to have the job that I have and the boss that I have, to be able to take time off, and for her being so understanding that it was never an issue, that I was able to take my mom to every appointment and support her in that. And I just realized how blessed I am in that. So fast forward to December, my best friend came out from Alaska, and there were probably a few occasions that I left since my mom's been sick, and this was one of them. So we haven't seen each other in years in person, and I just decided that, it was time that I got to see my best friend, and we were gonna have a day, so we did. And I've always had phone issues, that's just a side note, so no surprise I had a janky phone, and it died. And I thought, oh, everything's okay. I hadn't heard anything during the day, so everything's fine. So I get home, and it's 10:30 at night, and my sister is there with my brothers and sisters, and everyone was trying to get in touch with me, and my mom had spiked a fever. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Sorry. So she spikes this fever, and if you know anything about being in chemo or having cancer, you know that you spike a fever, you're on your way to the hospital. Like, there's no question about it. You're calling the doctors and you're on your way to the emergency room. So I'm trying to charge my phone, my janky phone, and it won't charge. And I'm really frustrated, and I just don't understand. I can't get in touch with her. I got to talk to her on Facebook Messenger, but I don't really have details on what's going on because it was so sudden. And so I pull my charger out of my phone, the cord, and along with the cord comes the whole part that it plugs into to charge. So that phone was done, like done. And at this point, it's almost 11:30, and I have to run to Walmart and get an emergency flip phone so I can talk to my mom. And so this is the part that gets real. So I don't understand why my mom was sick. I still don't get it. And I was almost afraid to ask God to heal my mom, because I have this faith, right? That I'm this strong Christian, and I've been through stuff. Life has not been easy all the time, and he's always shown himself faithful to me, but this is the biggest thing that I've been through. And I was almost afraid to ask him to heal my mom, and him not do that, and then me lose my faith. And that's a really honest place that I'm coming from. It's not easy to admit that my doubt was beyond my hope for asking for him to heal my mom. So I say all of that because I got brought to this place, right? No phone and time, I can't get in touch with my mom. I don't know the details. I'm freaking out, and I'm driving to Walmart, and I prayed, God, I can't do this anymore. You can't take my mom from me, because she's all I have. And you say that you are faithful, And you say that I can call on you, and so I'm sorry, but it's real. Told you it's gonna be real. So I'm calling on you. Please, I beg you not to take my mom. And I go to the hospital. I go to Walmart, get a phone. I'm able to talk to my mom, and I realize that, I believe that he answered my prayer that night, because had my mom not spiked that fever, she had a 70% chance of dying that night because her blood cells were 0. Like, completely knocked out, none, in the hospital for 5 days, pumped up with antibiotics, the whole thing. So, he's faithful. Even in times that we just don't understand, and in times that we struggle and doubt, he is faithful. And it's okay to question, and I don't understand still. I don't understand, and I've just come to realize that there are some things that are not for me to understand. And I get that sounds like foolish and blind faith and all of that, but that's just where I'm at. And another thing is, this rocked me, changed me, and I felt like I was turning into a terrible person, because I'm usually very compassionate, but I was so angry about life in general, and you don't want to see your mom sick, and it's really hard. I can't imagine how she did it, because it was very challenging to be there and see that. And people would tell me their problems, and I'd be like, are you kidding me? That's not a problem. But then I've come to realize, on the other side of this, my mom's getting better. She's in her last week of radiation. My goodness, stop. She's in her last week of radiation, and life is starting to get better, and I feel like my joy has come back, if that makes sense. So I've come to realize that pain is pain, no matter what, and no matter what you're going through, God sees that. And during this whole time, every time I would just struggle, Psalms 37 would come to me, be still and know that I am God. And long story short, I don't know why or the purpose of my mom being sick. The only thing I can think is maybe I'll know someone that goes through it and know how to support them, because you just don't really know how to handle it unless you've been through it, and you don't even know really how to ask for help when you're going through it. And it's not that it's you're prideful or you don't want help. You're just in this place where you just don't know. Day to day is so scary, and you just don't know how to ask for the right help. So